All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new review. And I really wanted to have this review for The Penguin up yesterday, but I was very busy with a big project and just did not have the time to take a break to do this video. So I wanted to get it out here for this Saturday morning, and I will be back later today with a formal DC update. So look for that later today. So this series, first of all, the first episode dropped on Max just this last Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was hoping they were going to do 2 episodes. And I know some people got preview screenings for all 8 episodes. And I really wish I could have done that because it's really hard to judge a show based off of 1 episode. But I'm going to do my best here. And I really can't give it a full rating. But what I will tell you is that the first hour of The Penguin was already way better than the entire The Batman movie. It was more engaging, it was more interesting, and I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing here in the future. And I like the fact that we're going to get 8 episodes to see the rise of Oswald Cobblepot. Now, there was a lot of controversy about him changing, that Matt Reeves changed the name to Oscobb. He is actually called Oswald in the episode. So they're just calling him Oz for short. All right. As far as the last name being Cobb, Oswald Cobb sounds just fine. Why you have to take off the pot, Cobblepot, the whole thing, and just call him Cobb? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. They thought Oz Cobb would sound more grounded, more gritty, but it just sounds stupid. But he is actually called Oswald, so that is his name. So there are 3 main stars of this film. The breakout star is Kristen Milioti. I mean, my gosh, her take on Sophia Falcone is off the charts awesome. She is the star of the show. There is no question about it. From the moment she is on screen until the episode ends, you are just mesmerized by her. What a performance. Fantastic. You also have, obviously, Colin Farrell back as the Penguin. And we're seeing him in his early years. He is just a henchman, basically, at this point, peddling drugs through through his, his nightclub that has been destroyed. This takes place a week after The Batman ends. So the waters have receded. People are trying to pick things up. And it's just basically going to be who can get there first. A lot of their product was destroyed. There's a little bit of a struggle with power in this episode. You can easily see where this is headed. And there were some interesting things that happened in this episode. There's something that is pretty tense at the very beginning of the episode, and then a half an hour goes by, and it's pretty slow. And then as soon as Kristen Milioti shows up on screen, it gets pretty crazy. And so that was pretty cool to see the rest of it. You also have a kid, I've seen him before, but I don't know where, a guy named Victor Aguilar in the film, played by Renzi Feliz. I've seen him before, I just don't know where. He basically plays a character who is the right-hand man of Oswald, based on some of the circumstances that happen. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. You can go in and see it. Now, I haven't read anything about this production. I'm looking at the cast right here, and there were some interesting people in this show. There's also, I forget the guy's name. He's in a lot of stuff. Salvatore Maroni. Salvatore Maroni is played by Clancy Brown. And again, he has a very short scene in here, but it is pretty awesome. It's always good to see him in stuff. He wasn't in the main list for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, those are the 4 characters that stand out the most in this episode. Now, the look of the episode is really good. It feels like The Batman. But the good news is this wasn't directed by Matt Reeves, and it wasn't written by Matt Reeves. He is just a producer. And I will tell you, this is way better directed, and the story is way better than anything they did in The Batman. So I am glad to see that. I have my reservations about Matt Reeves based on some things that until they were pointed out to me about him copying other writers and other projects that I had never noticed before. But it is very clear as day once people start pointing that stuff out. This seemed like something fresh. This seemed like something new, and it's going to be engaging. And I will be doing a review on every episode this season as they get released. I will be watching them on Thursday nights, hopefully getting up my reviews by Friday morning for you guys. I'm in this for the long haul. I'm interested to see where they go with this. I wouldn't mind Matt Reeves just being a producer and him handing off the reins to somebody else to do some of the other stuff. As long as you keep some of the cinematographers and stuff like that, I think you should be good to go. I don't think he is a fantastic director, nor do I think he's a good writer. He's a competent director, definitely better than James Gunn, but I don't know. Based on what I saw in this, I think, the director of this was much better than what Matt Reeves did in The Batman. It's a shame that we're not going to have Batman show up. I don't even know if they're going to mention him, but we get to see, basically, we're going to see a fight between the families here in Gotham City. Now, my wife watched it with me, and she noticed something that I noticed as well. Definitely help keep the budget to help keep the budget down. They blur out a lot of stuff in the background where, two people might be talking where you would normally see the background as well. They blur it, so that you're not seeing the background, so they can be by a green screen or whatever, still look like they're in the city, and that way they can cut down on the budget. There was quite a bit of that blurring in this episode. My wife definitely noticed it. All right, guys, so there's my review. I can't really give it a 1 out of 5. I will tell you it's a great start to a story. The middle part and the ending are going to determine the fate of the show and whether it's worthy or not. But, yeah, this is highly entertaining. You're going to be gripped by it. It's really well done. So if you haven't seen it, it is worth checking out. We will see you next week with the next episode. I appreciate all the support. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you will be notified when I have new videos go up.